Oh yes, and I just recorded a video, but apparently my audio was too scratchy and stuff. Literally, it sounded like that. So I have to re-record it. Stupid me. Anyways, let me try and go through this while I still remember the video. That vegan teacher is crazy. I still have the boot on my foot. Let's see, how do I do this? See if you can see the boot. And she's just crazy. She calls people stupid. She criticizes people. And I was on her live stream and on her YouTube live stream. Had to subscribe. If you see my subscribers, you'll see that I subscribe to her because it's a subscriber only chat. So yeah. And so many people are not vegan. They go on there and they say, I'm not vegan, but I still like to read one of the cards. And like I said, that's a little bit of over information, yes. And then when they give their opinion, like, I kind of believe that's true. They're like, she's like, why? Tell me why. Da, 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 da. And they're just like, and it's just weird. And she discourages people when they say they're not vegan, but they still love to read a card, when they might just be thinking about becoming vegan. Because not everyone's born vegan and stuff, and not everyone can be vegan because of health problems, like my mother. And she says that those are fake reasons. You can get stuff from plants and stuff. Well, my mom has this condition. It's called PCOS, and basically she can't do diets like that because that's literally a death wish. Not a figurative death wish, not a literal death wish. And she says that those are fake reasons. They're not. It's just called life. Life, damn it. I am so sorry, but I speak my mind. Freedom of the press. I have the right to say freedom of the press. Anyways, yeah. But it's just rights. And you don't get to call people stupid because they don't do the same thing as you. If everyone was the same, humans wouldn't be humans. Because if everyone is the same, how can you see someone different? If I like cheese pizza, you like cheese pizza, we all like cheese pizza, we're never going to see any other flavors. Another thing, quoting from the Emoji Movie, I know that's whole thing. If you look out for number one, then let me think. How can you look out for number one if there aren't any other numbers? So everyone's number one, then how can we say someone's different? How can we say someone's, I don't know, different than the other person? That's what makes people, not America, not China, not Russia, not Sweden, not the UK. That's what makes this world great. Even though we have wars, we have all of this stuff, I'd rather have that. We be diverse, we be different, we have our beliefs, we have all that, than we have a million that vegan teachers and no need for them. Yeah. I just feel like people force their beliefs on people because they feel like they're obligated to, and that other people are obligated to believe in them. And that's why we have different religions. That's why we have different clothes. That's why we have different movies that we like. That's why there's DC and Marvel. Why there's iPhone and Android, where iPhone is just one phone brand, whilst Android is this whole connected place of them, and not expensive as fuck. Anyways, yeah, but I just feel like diversity is something we need, not something that should be forced. I mean, not something that should be distinct. But anyways, back to the topic. I'm so sorry for getting off. But that vegan teacher is crazy because she thinks that everyone should be vegan because they should. And sensory issues and all these different things are fake. When that's quite literally the reason why so many diseases exist is because people say they're not real. These people are just making up excuses when they're not. It's real. And that's the reason why we've had so many pandemics. It's because people say, this isn't real. We don't need to experiment. Well, I'm not going to get into that because that's just going to spark some problems. Anyways, yeah. Yeah. She's a narcissist. There we go. That's the proper word. She's just a narcissist. This feels so weird to say that word. Anyways, yeah. But, anyways, we already have narcissists in every last aspect of our life. And and you just wanting to see what being vegan is like is not one of the places where you need that. Anyways, yeah. Peace. I was hoping this video isn't as scratchy as the last one.